Hello everyone, this video is about how Temu scam and steal from us money through fake advertising on their app. I will show you series of screenshots showing what Temu's scam schemes, so bear with me till the end as I will show you the result of what happened and how I got my money back. Let's start. This screenshot shows what I saw on Temu's app in October 2025. The scam was, you get 10 free items if you place an order with the minimum amount shown at the bottom. You understand from that ad is that you need to purchase something with this minimum amount or above to get the 10 free items. So, I chose the 10 free items and place an order above that minimum. The pic shows a line saying, your free gifts are guaranteed after this order. Next, you see that the 10 free items are confirmed, shipping address confirmed, and at the bottom you see the amount is above the minimum amount mentioned to get the 10 free items. Next is the order confirmation to my address in Australia. You see pics of some of the free gifts, and at the bottom you see the list of all 10 free items and the amount paid for the order, which is above the minimum. I placed 3 different orders at the time to collect the documents about the scam scheme from Temu to show the authorities the proof later on. With the 3 orders, I got only 4 free gifts while I was supposed to get 30 free items. I sent complaint through the app. As you can see, the trail of emails goes from 14th October 2025 till 23rd December 2025. I will tell you exactly what happened through all of them. What you are about to hear is not speculation. This is my documented personal experience with the purchasing mechanism used on Temu, Australia. Every step you will see is supported by screenshots, emails, dates, and written communication. This video exists for consumer awareness, not defamation. It turns out that the scheme works like this. You are encouraged to place orders, and for each order you receive stars. Once you reach a certain number of stars, you are told you will unlock additional free items from a so-called 10 free items offer. This is the key issue. The platform confirms, visually and in writing, that you receive the 10 free items with your first order, described as guaranteed. Only after payment, you discover that you are forced to continue purchasing more items to unlock the rest. This was later explained to me in an email from Temu support, where they attempted to justify the system and offered me a $20 credit, clearly stating this was not a refund. On the 15th of October 2025, I replied formally. I stated that under Australian consumer law, material conditions must be clearly disclosed before purchase, and consumers must be given transparent terms to read and accept. I demanded either delivery of the promised free items, or I would escalate the matter to my bank for a dispute and to relevant authorities. I also requested Temu to show me, on the screenshots of the orders I provided, where these conditions were displayed. They could not. I followed up again asking why there was no response to my formal demands. Temu then sent an email explaining how to view the rules of the star system. However, the screenshot they provided did not match the interface shown in my original screenshots. The conditions were not visible at the time of purchase. This raised serious concerns about retroactive justification. On the 17th of October 2025, Temu offered me a $15 credit to close the case. At this point, the total of my 3 orders was $117. The offer was not a refund. It was an incentive to continue purchasing through the app. Temu then formally refused to provide the free items promised with the 3 orders placed under this mechanism. On the 19th of October 2025, the offer was increased to a $25 credit. Again, not a refund. On the 20th of October 2025, I responded stating that the entire email chain now represented evidence of a misleading promotional mechanism targeting Australian consumers. I demanded a full refund of all 3 orders. On 21st October 2025, Temu replied stating that the orders were eligible for a refund only through the return process. This is critical. A return process implies customer dissatisfaction with a product, not resolution of a misleading promotion complaint. Issuing a return would eliminate the core issue and remove the evidence trail. On the 5th of November 2025, I changed my approach. I formally requested Temu's Australian legal tax information, including ABN and ACN, to raise the matter with Australian authorities. I also discovered multiple ABN records associated with similar business names, which raised further compliance questions. On the 11th of November 2025, Temu replied stating that the promotional offer had expired and offered a $30 credit, again not a refund. The total amount paid remained $117. I then sent a formal legal-style email outlining potential breaches of Australian consumer law and requested the ABN and ACN in writing. I formally requested Temu's Australian legal tax information, including ABN and ACN, to raise the matter with Australian authorities. On the 20th of November 2025, Temu refused to provide any Australian tax or legal registration information. Refusing to provide such information to a consumer is itself a serious compliance concern. On 24th November 2025, Temu claimed the matter had been escalated internally. On the 24th of November 2025, I formally requested Temu's Australian legal tax information, including ABN and ACN, to raise the matter with Australian authorities. On the 26th of November 2025, Temu offered a full refund for all 3 orders, but only refunded 2. The total refunded was $95.22, not the full $117. This suggested that only the profit margin was refunded, while part of the cost was retained. I immediately replied stating that partial refund contradicted their written commitment and that I would proceed with formal complaints using the documented evidence. Once again, I requested their Australian legal details. On the 15th of December 2025, Temu responded saying they were awaiting approval to refund the remaining order. Finally, on the 23rd of December 2025, I received a full refund. No legal or tax information was ever provided. This entire process demonstrates a documented pattern of pressure, delay, credits instead of refunds, and resistance to transparency. That is why I reported this matter to ACCC ScamWatch Consumer Affairs and provided documentation to multiple Australian media outlets. If you are purchasing from overseas platforms, including Chinese-based apps, always screenshot every step. Never rely on verbal or visual guarantees alone. If something feels misleading, report it. Dispute with your bank, escalate to authorities, speak publicly. If you are watching this from another country and experience something similar, act immediately. Document everything. Dispute the transaction. Report it to your government agencies. Consumer protection only works when people refuse to stay silent. Thank you for watching and wait for more videos.